Hello everyone, welcome back to York Radio and thank you for tuning in to Youngest in Charge. This is your host Natalia Chipwe and today I'm back with another banging show. Please subscribe to us on our YouTube, which is Urock TV, and follow us on our socials, which is Facebook and Instagram at Urock Media One. Today I'm here with a very special guest. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Philip.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Philip. Today, me and my guest have a very special topic, and the topic is from a parent's perspective, how does it feel to have selfish children? So, as everybody knows, you're a parent, so let's get your say on this topic.
As a parent, it's a very good one. It's a very good one. If I noticed any of my children, growing up selfishly, to me, foremostly, it is a teaching curve for me. I would let that child know, among the rest of them, that selfishness is ungodly.
Yeah.
It's not good. The Bible said to us, for God so loved the world, he gave. So we are required, if God made such a sacrifice.
Yeah.
So we are required to look after each other. He said, love one another as I've loved you. So a selfish person doesn't have love.
Yeah.
In all its meaning. You don't care about other person. You don't have that feeling just about yourself. It's selfishness. It's not of God.
Yeah.
So I will let my child know the danger of growing up in that way. And I would reinforce it. It's not a word of thing. He needs to be processed out of it.
Yeah.
So it's not a good sign for me.
Yeah. I even agree from where you're coming from, because if we're talking about the godly aspect, if God was selfish, God wouldn't have given up his only child Jesus to come and be put on the cross to die for us. Therefore, we wouldn't even be here.
Absolutely.
So the fact that your parents took up the time to have you and raise you up and put a roof over your head and provide you with food and do everything they can to support you, and you're only thinking about yourself and you're not thinking about them or anybody else, is a very bad habit.
It goes again to say another form of ungodliness. Okay, let's see. A parent will expect a child that has grown up to a reasonable point, that have developed muscles and supposed to be thinking right, because it is a sin that you know what to do and fail to do it. That is a sin. So if a child has come to a particular point, let us start. The simpler thing children can do or child can do within the house is to assist the parents in the home chores. Okay?
Yeah.
And when you're not doing that, that is selfishness. You don't care about your parents. They were doing that when they were winning you, when you were young and vulnerable.
Yeah.
But you've come to the point, you've learned. Children or young people look up to, they learn through what they see the
parents doing.
Adults do, yeah. So if you see them wash all those dishes, do whatever, tidy up the bed and all that, hoover the room. So when you grow up, you know this is what I've been seeing my parents do to keep the house tidy.
Yeah, so you now follow after that.
You now follow after that. But failure to do that is selfishness and lack of care, again, on your side.
Yeah.
And no parent, except is the God-forsaken parent,
Yeah.
would be happy with a child grown up in that manner.
Yeah, I agree because like parents that are very nice have the option to be selfish themselves. Parents can they don't have to stay home and take care of you 24/7. They can go out, they can have fun, they can be partying every night, they can do what they want. But the fact that they choose to stay home, take care of you, provide you with this, provide you with that, they could just say, "Oh, you've grown up." They'll leave you by yourself, go and do what you want by that side. But the fact that they take the time to think about you, you're their blood and they're your blood. They obviously have to take care of you. They have to feed you. They have to put a roof over your head. And the fact you're doing that, and your mom will call you to do one thing, and you're grumbling, you're kicking the floor, you're ignoring her. It's just a very bad habit in general. Not even only being selfish like and greedy towards your parents. Just in general, you shouldn't be a selfish person because it gets you being selfish gets you nowhere in life. The saying is treat other people how you like to be treated, and the people are being
That's the
greedy
golden
towards
rule.
you.
That's the golden
It's not
rule.
gonna work.
That's the
Yeah.
golden rule. Matthew 7, verse 12. That's the golden rule. Treat others as you want them to treat you.
Yeah.
That's the root God is telling us. That's that's that love one another as I've loved you. If you want love. But you see, it's not even a choice of the parents. It is a responsibility,
Yeah.
To train up the children, to bring them up, to fend for them. Okay? Before God. Okay? Now, if a parent is doing that, and now you've grown to a particular point,
So we have a caller calling.
okay?
I thank you for calling into the youngest in charge. Where are you calling from and what's your name, please?
Yeah, hello. My name is Ndudi.
Thank you very much for calling. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling you from Carlo.
Caller from Kyla. Thank you for calling in. But the topic for today is from a parent's perspective, how does it feel to have selfish children? What do you think on this topic?
Oh my God. Yeah. To start with, this topic is a brilliant one,
Thank you.
and we need to start talking about this because these days I hear parents say, "Oh, children are selfish. Children are very greedy. Children are very this, they're very that," and they're really not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Something needs to be done about it. I'm a parent, and if I have children that are very greedy or selfish, to be honest with you, I will not be happy.
Yeah.
I will not be happy with those children because the traits are not hidden. You see the traits there. You see a child, maybe, we're not even talking about money now. Let's start from the younger ones, a young child that knows this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you see that child ignoring that thing. I won't lie to you. At times I do too complete the game.
Yeah.
Are you going this route? No problem. You don't do that thing. And I'll find something else too that I will do. Maybe take away from that child. Maybe because I've been talking and the child is not listening. I say, okay, that's fine. It could be the child's telephone, it could be the child's game, it could be the child's allowance. What plays out more for me is the allowance. Once I say, okay, since you don't want to do this, that means you're not getting allowance in the next 3 weeks. Oh my God, you see the children jumping at that thing. That means they know what they are doing.
That's correct.
Very.
They know what they are doing. So I will not support parents to just sit down and fold their hands, watching these children go the wrong route. No. Bible has already said it. There's so much foolishness in children.
Oh yeah.
So the earlier we either beat that foolishness out of them, deliver them from that foolishness any which way we know how to do it, the better for both that child and the parent.
That's correct.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very sad.
Sorry to cut you short.
When you see,
Sorry to cut you short, but I just want to ask. You see the way you said that you should either be something out of the child or just keep it going. Yeah. Sorry, but what if the parent has tried and tried and tried and tried and is still not making any progression with the child?
that's a very good question. You know what? If the parents have tried and the child is not budging,
Yeah.
no problem. On my own part, I will start withdrawing certain things from that child, and I will not feel guilty.
Yeah.
Luxury, when I say withdrawing, things, not things that concern his education, no. Not things that will make him excel in life, no. But you see that luxury, I'll take it off that child. I'll deny that child that luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. Even if that does not shake him or move, but me too, I need some sort of satisfaction.
Yeah. Pleasure.
As well.
Yeah.
That's not wickedness.
No.
No, that's not wickedness at all.
It's
Because
deterrent.
any which way you get the child to know this thing you are doing is wrong, go ahead and do it. That's for me. Just know that every parent, no parent will be happy
Yeah.
having a selfish child. Maybe you want the child to do something for you. Each time you send that child on an errand, that child is grumbling. What? I rest my case.
I can understand that.
I
can
just
feel-
can't
I
imagine
can-
that.
I can feel your
Anyway, you're
pulse.
doing a great job.
Thank
You're
you.
doing
Thank
a
you so
great
much.
job, and I concur with everything Uncle has said.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank you so
much,
much for calling. Thank you for the
youngest in charge.
contribution. Have the blessed day.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Do you agree with what she said? I actually agree with what she
I
said.
totally agree. You see, that's why I in teaching, this is my area now. Okay.
Hello, thank you for calling into Youngest in Charge. Where are you calling from and what is your name?
My name is Chini and I'm calling from Victor.
Thank you so much for calling in. The topic for today is from a parent's perspective, how does it feel to have a selfish child? What's your contribution on this topic?
First of all, I'd like to say that our prayer is that we shouldn't even have one because it's so saddening. It's really so tough for a parent to go through all that. If you're carrying a child in your room for 9 months,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
The risks involved. Some people go through that, they don't come out alive.
That's correct.
So doing that, it's just something worth thanking God for, and that the child should also appreciate the parents for, the mother for, so to speak. Then not to talk of you training the child becomes successful, and at the end of it decides to be a selfish person. The truth is that it's so saddening. It's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But our prayer is that we shouldn't have such, and we shouldn't see such. Some of these kids these days, they don't understand. They don't know how painful the stress that parents go through to see them through, take them to school, make sacrifices they don't understand. So, answer to your question is that it's a painful one.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the contribution. I
All
agree.
right.
Have a blessed day and thank you for calling.
All
in.
right.
I do get where she's coming from. The fact that you had to carry, like, let's say if it's the mom, she had to carry you in her room for 9 months, and you come out and you now grow up to be very selfish. Any parent would be heartbroken, or any parent would be hurt. I agree. I actually do agree.
That is, sincerely, honestly, the sacrifice or the responsibility is quite huge. And no responsible child so trained would want to go that way. But nevertheless, we are human, and there are people that are wired, differently. I do not know how to put it there, but some, like the other caller said, what if, the child, you've done your bit, and the child is not listening? But what the fear is that it's in two ways here. Failure of the parent to understand the very early time that the child shows up that sign. Don't just allow it. That's the time as a parent. You have to key into that and begin to make sure, use whatever within you to stop that child from getting to the next stage of it. But if you've done the best you can and the child continues to show that, well, you leave it to God. You see, it's God that will answer the parent at the end of the day, or to handle the parent in the way the parents would, see if he fails. But if that child fails too, they'll still pay dearly for it. I have a lot of biblical examples. Okay?
Yeah.
There's a high priest in Israel at a time called Eli, a high priest. not just another person. But his children grown up to the point that they were also priests, but they were messing up with the sacrifice of the Lord. They just taking it the way they want it, and this was annoying God. People were complaining, but their father never budged until the anger of God has come to the point where there's no going back, and God has already decided on what to deal with them. And when he find a genuine, pure heart to express his feelings, God said it. Say, what I'm about to do in Israel, any ear that hears it will tingle. Okay, 1 Samuel chapter 3. Though the truth is, it is dangerous for the parent to allow those children to, when they were at the formative years. That is where the parent, but if the parents have done all that and the child still have a hard heart, it's human being might develop to choose that way. Well, the scripture says, and I quote Proverbs 14:12, I always use it. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, the end is destruction. That child chooses to be. Are you with me? Yeah, but let the parent, put in measures, deterrent measures, not to allow that child to grow out there to be very selfish. Selfishness is wickedness. And the Bible said they will never go unpunished.
And as you were saying, the parents should just leave it to God. If you keep trying and the child doesn't budge, you just tell the child that what you reap is what you sow. And when the child grows up and their children are being greedy towards them, they've reaped the bad seed, so they're going to sow that bad seed. Then they'll now understand when they're...
Just say that to him, but you see, the parent may not even be there when he's going to reap it. But as long as there's night and there's day, the Bible says there's seed time, there's harvest time. So whatever you put in as a seed, when the time comes, it grows. And remember, when a seed grows, it does not bring out only one seed. It multiplies. Okay? So which is that punishment is multiplied. And I don't know who want to make that choice. And that is the reason why I'm a parent. That's why, and I tell my children, you see, sometimes they want to be unteachable. They will see visible, attitude that's they don't like what you're telling them, or even the deterrent step you've taken. They wouldn't like it. But the truth is that stay firm in that. It's another love. What the Bible said, whomever God chastises, he loves. Chastise means who he disciplines or who he instructs all the time. So parents should be consistent in that area of instruction. Keep saying it to the child. Let him get angry if you want to get angry. Do you understand that? But you see, it's not as if you're not going to choke him. But at every given opportunity he shows that selfishness, let him know, not tomorrow, there and then. But I'm not saying, choke him. No. Okay? But look out for the signs and point it at the child. So see what I'm saying? This is selfishness, and it's not good. Okay?
Yeah.
Because bad company corrupts good morals. If the other children in the house or in the neighborhood are good, and when this one that is bad, that is this, selfishness, is having his or her way, the truth is, the rest others will say, but, Abby was doing it. Jade was doing it, and nobody says anything, so they want to go that way. That is, the multiplier effect of allowing a child to have his way, especially in the area of selfishness. Yeah.
Time is not really on our side today, but I think this was one of the most relatable topics to parents that we've touched on. And thank you very much for being my guest today.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody that called in. Thank you, Carol, that called in. And I forgot to call his name, but thank you. She was calling in from Carlo. Everybody have a blessed day. Thank you for tuning in to Youngest in Charge. I'll be back next week with another banging show. Have a blessed day and peace out.